We have here today Catherine, a finalist in the 2022 edition of the Miss Teen Canada pageant. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure. For those that don't know you, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, absolutely, no problem. So, first of all, my name is Catherine Sonier. I am currently 18 and I live in a very, very small town in New Brunswick named Caraquet. French is actually my first language, but I will talk English for this interview. And I'm currently a student in grade 12.
Wonderful. And obviously, we're here because you are a finalist in the Miss Teen Canada pageant. You must be very excited.
I am very I would have believed that I would have done this year. It's crazy. Like maybe in a few years, but right now it feels absolutely crazy. I had no idea, but I'm so ready for it.
That's amazing. What have you been doing to prepare in the lead up to the pageant?
I do have a pageant mentor, which is he asks me a few questions a week. He checks up on me and my preparation. I had the chance to talk with a few Miss Canada of the previous years, so that was amazing meetings with them. I had a big interview to get to Miss Canada, which was a very, very good practice to get there.
Mhm.
And I've been practicing on my own, doing my own little thing, and heel practice, mock interviews, and this obviously is a beautiful practice for interviews.
Yes. So it sounds like you've competed in pageants before.
I did actually. I did. I competed my first pageant about 3 or 4 years ago.
Mhm.
I did not win anything, but it just lit up a fire in me. And I was like, wow, this is what I want to do. Because I've been a dancer all my life for 10 years. And pageants and dance actually do have a lot in common.
Mhm.
The love of the stage, it's your moment, your time to shine. And that's what I loved about pageants. But it was focused on personality, which in dance, you don't really get to show your personality. You do, but you have to follow a certain choreography.
Yes.
So I really like that about pageants. So I got into my second pageant. It was amazing. I was really grateful that I won. It was an amazing experience. And then COVID hit it. So I was not able to complete my reign, but I got the chance to do it again online, which I won again.
Oh,
Amazing.
amazing.
So I did got to complete my reign. So that was absolutely crazy. I had one last month too, which was a pageant for Children Wish. So we raised money for that beautiful foundation. It was really, really an amazing experience. And now I'm here.
Yes, wonderful. So which were the pageants that you won?
I won Miss Chipagan, which is another town across my town because my city is not really big in pageants. So I got to compete in another town. Um, that was a little bit confusion because I'm not from that town, but I did won Miss Chipagan. So
Mhm.
and then Mademoiselle Polacos, which was the one with the Children Wish Foundation, and then SOS Suicide, who was a foundation for suicide prevention.
Sounds like you're supporting a lot of great causes, and maybe
I
you're a
love
bit
it.
of a pageant expert by the sounds of things.
Well, it is my first pageant that type, like Miss Canada. The activities and everything. It's
Yes.
not a one day thing. That's what I love, and I'm so excited about that we
Yes.
actually get to have time to do what we want and what we love. That's crazy.
Yes, it's very exciting to be participating in the national pageant because they are very big. And for those that don't know, it's like a 4 day ordeal with meetings and appearances. How did you feel when you got the email to say that you'd made it through to the national final?
I did not learn it by email.
Okay.
So I had an interview because I was supposed to do the Miss Atlantic Canada pageant, which the winner of Miss Atlantic Canada, she goes straight to Miss Canada. But with COVID,
Uh-huh.
Miss Atlantic Canada was postponed after Miss Canada. So they had two spots for New Brunswick with no winners to go.
Right. I see.
So they were like, oh, we need to figure out who's going. So the organization decided to do a big interview. with the girls that were supposed to be there. So we were about three in the Miss Teen category and three in the Miss category. And it was an
Mhm.
interview with multiple people that were in pageant, like Dominique Doucette, which is Miss Canada 2015.
Yeah.
So a lot of people that have been in big national pageants. So that was amazing. And I got to do that interview, and I actually got selected. So I got a call the morning after uh, the organization. They were like, "Oh, you're the chosen one." I was like, ah, "Really?" And that was really fun. And then I got to call Marielle, which is the Miss New Brunswick. And I
Yes.
was like, "Did you get chosen too?" And she was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, we're going together."
That's
So
amazing. It's so nice that you have a friend coming with you as well.
yes, exactly. And the fact that she's in the Miss category and I'm in the Miss Teen, so we don't compete against each other, I
Hmm.
feel like that's amazing. Um, so that's when I learned that I was going to Miss Teen Canada.
That's so wonderful. I'm curious what inspired you to try pageants in the first place.
Like I said, I was a dancer for many years, and the scene, the stage, the costumes, meeting people, that fuels me as a person. And I was thinking about quitting dance actually. I am not a dancer anymore.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
and when I tried quitting dance, I missed the stage.
Hmm.
I missed my performer inside of me, my little performer. She was not happy because she did not get those moments to shine anymore. And I was like, I need to find something that gets me on a stage without dancing. And I got a little into pageantry, did some research. I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting.
Hmm.
So I convinced my mom for my first pageant. I was like, please, please let me do this. And she was like, are you sure you want to do this? I was like, yeah, I want to do this. And since then, I'm completely drawn to pageant. I think it's such a beautiful place to showcase our talent, our personalities, because a lot of people think that Miss Canada is a beauty pageant. It is not. It is a personality pageant. And it's not a personality competition. That's what people don't understand too.
Hmm.
It's not like, oh, she got a better personality than you. That's not all that's not it at all. Is and we get to meet so many people with the same passion as us. And that is really bringing us together as candidates. It's amazing.
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity to meet a lot of like-minded girls and women, people who are achieving amazing things and wonderfully talented. So I'm very excited to meet everyone at the pageant. I as well actually grew up dancing. I danced full
Really?
time, yeah, until I was in my early 20s, and then I stopped. And I didn't want to do it professionally, I guess. And I later found that I just really liked it. So I went back to do it. So there's always plenty of time to return just for fun. 'Cause I saw you are a point dancer. So you've obviously danced for a long time.
I did. I did dance for a long time. It is part of my life. I will always be a dancer, that I want
Yeah.
it or not.
Yes. Yeah.
It is in me. Um, and I actually got told a few times that when I walk in pageants, I don't walk, that I dance. And I'm like,
Well,
oops.
I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily. I'm sure that would be very captivating to see.
It is. That's like my signature touch, Nobody walks like me.
Yeah,
And
that's wonderful.
I do think that dance really helped me in pageants because once you get to move your body on stage, you're not shy to be on a stage anymore because
Yes.
dance brings you such a level of confidence. For me, it really does. I do transform in another me when I dance.
Hmm.
Depending on the dance I do, I change personality. Like I do,
Yes.
and that really brings me a lot of confidence. This only thing different with pageants is that you can't do a character. You need to present as yourself.
Yes.
But it's exploring another side of me on stage because I usually do characters on stage, and now I get to be the real me.
Yeah. What sort of genres of dance did you learn?
My first genre is musical theater. You could have
Okay.
guessed it.
So you sing as well?
I don't sing. I lip sync. Uh,
Okay, okay.
yeah. No, I don't have a great singing voice. But I love musical theater because exactly I get to dress up as different characters. Costumes are amazing, and it's really showtime.
Yes.
But I also like jazz. I dance a little salsa. I'm really interested in Latin dance. I think it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
I did a lot of hip hop, lyrical. Had a little training in ballet. Not my fave, but
Yeah, lovely. A little bit of everything.
little bit of everything. We need to be versatile.
Indeed. A lot of people that compete in pageants have a platform that they're looking to promote or something that's close to their heart they like to speak about. Do you have something that you'll be talking about through the Miss Teen Canada pageant?
I do have a platform, and it's a platform that's really dear to my heart. It is nutrition and wellness.
Mhm.
I am actually going to be studying nutrition. It's in September. So I'm really invested in nutrition. And if I could really name one social problem I think that we're having in Canada right now and all over the world really is that nutrition, being able to eat, should not be a privilege. It should be a right. When you look at the fundamental things that humans need, is food. We need to fuel our body if we want to have our maximum capacity. And I don't understand why in 2022 there's still people struggling to sleep with an empty stomach. It infuriates me. Like really, seeing some parents needed to choose between, am I gonna eat tonight or am I gonna get a birthday gift for my kid? This should not be happening. This is heartbreaking, and I am very compassionate with those family. I We really need to do better towards that problem really, and I think that's why I want to stand up for nutrition. um it's really important. There's so many also health problems related to nutrition that people don't know about,
Mhm.
and that is part of the reason why I do want to become a nutritionist. And the other part of my platform is wellness, but I do think they're both connected. Wellness, we all know that in this past years mental health has become such an issue. And I do think that to help that issue, wellness is the key. Personal wellness, doing things that make us feel good and make us feel good as a community too. Because wellness is so personal, but in that part, you can actually find people that do the same thing as you, and then you unite as a community through wellness. And I think that's absolutely my platform because I'm so social butterfly. I'm very socially open, and I'm all about being happy, being healthy, full of wellness. And I do have a platform that I started on Instagram a few months ago, which is called Cat's Journey. I do
Okay.
have a personal page, but Cat's Journey is my journey basically because I have a few things in my life going on, like Miss Canada and me moving to another province. So I recently said that I was going to study nutrition, but in Ontario, and I'm from New
Ah,
Brunswick. So
yes.
I'm living alone there. So I felt like that was kind of a journey. And through all of that, I want to show my nutrition because I love posting my meals. I'm a true foodie, and I want to share my wellness journey with that too.
Amazing. I love it. You've got a couple of spokes to the platform there, but they all tie in together really nicely.
Yeah.
You spoke about food shortages and people experiencing them and how you would like to prevent that. Do you have any recommendations on how we would go about that?
I would personally love to team up with Club des Petits Déjeuners, which is a foundation that brings breakfast to kids that don't get time or money to get breakfast in the morning. It's actually in schools. And there are schools here in Brunswick that do have that foundation. So that's why it's dear to my heart. I want to help a foundation that is in my community. I think as a community, as a province, and as a country, we need to put more focus and being aware of the problem, because sometimes you don't see, but it's there. And I think it's really important if you can donate, if you can help, or just educate yourself on the problem. Sometimes people think that education is not closed, but it is. Do some research, please. More people that are educated on the subject, the more we can help that problem. And I truly think that with a lot of nutritionists in the future, we can actually push that forward and help our community better.
Yes, I agree. We're literally living in the age of information. So the ability to access information and learn is not hard. And certainly the more time people spend doing that, I think it benefits everyone around us. I'm also personally a supporter of universal income because if you cannot make a livable wage at work, then I believe that it should be supplemented so that you can afford basic needs like food and shelter, which we all need.
Absolutely, I agree with you 100%.
You had mentioned that there's some health problems that are specifically linked to nutrition. Can you tell me a little bit about some of those?
Yes, so I have my mom, which suffer with IBS,
Hmm.
and I have a little some symptoms of it. But there's so many people living with diabetes, allergies. Some people with allergies, so hard to find something to eat to control their diet. Obesity is such a problem, and I think one of the things that I like the most about nutrition is the psychology aspect of it. Some people don't realize, but it's connected. If you're not good in here, you're not gonna be good in there, and that just makes sense. If you're not good in there, you're not gonna be good in your head, and they just go together there. So take care of your gut, take care of what you eat, and take care of your mind too. I really do think that they all go together, and that's exactly what why my platform is nutrition and wellness.
Yeah, absolutely. Physical health and mental health go hand in hand. And I think sometimes people forget that mental health is health. So if that's not in order, then you're probably going to have a really hard time getting physically uh, in health as well. So, yeah.
Absolutely. I think that it really starts in the mind. The mindset is everything, also. So truly think that our mind is so powerful and we need to take care of it and we need to listen to it.
Yeah, most certainly. I think that there is also a mentality sometimes in North America that food is something that you need to control so that you can stay a certain size, which I think personally is not a very healthy relationship with food. Viewing food as something that is essential and making choices that nourish your body, looking that in a different kind of way. And you touched on how you need to have a certain outlook relationship with mental health. I think that that is something that there's a long way to go here with how people view their relationship with food.
Absolutely. I'm a big follower of intuitive eating. I feel like you need to listen to yourself, because eating healthy needs to be healthy in your mind too. And I truly think that if you want to eat that ice cream, if you want to eat that cookie, go get some. If you want it, go get some. Don't restrict yourself.
Yeah.
But people who do struggle with overeating, they will need to put a limit. I understand that completely. I feel like it needs a balance. That's all it needs to. Because if you restrict too much, then you will really, really, really crave some. And that's not good either. So I truly think that everything needs a good balance, but you need to listen to your body and listen to your cravings too.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if you are starting to feel like eating something and then you try to ignore it, that ultimately can lead towards binge eating because by the time that you actually allow yourself to eat the ice cream, you're like, well, I'll just eat the whole tub now.
Exactly. And some people don't really understand that, but it is a problem. It is all in your mind too. So you need to be kind
Yeah.
with yourself and you need to be indulgent with yourself too.
Yeah, certainly. You only get one body, so be nice to it.
Exactly. Take care of it. It brings you everywhere.
Literally, it really does. You'd mentioned that you're going to study nutrition, and I believe you're moving to Ottawa. That's very exciting, but it'll be a big move. How are you feeling about that?
It will be a big move indeed, since I come from a very small town of 5,000 people.
Mhm.
Uh, there's only one red light in the entire town, so Ottawa is going to be full of traffic.
Yes, yes. Yeah, by
But
New Brunswick standards, it will. Have you been to Ottawa before?
I have been to Ottawa. I have my godmother who is in Ottawa, and
Oh, that's
I
nice.
do visit her a lot. And when every time I come visit her, I'm like, this is my city. I need to be here. I feel so called to Ottawa. And when it was time to apply for university, I was like, why not? Like, let's
Mhm.
go. Be the girl who went for it, Captain.
Yeah,
So
I
I
love that.
applied and I got accepted. It was amazing. It was a lot of hard work because when everyone's going into one direction and you're not taking the same way, sometimes you feel lost and you feel like, oh, should I just follow the rest? Save safe spot. But I I listened to myself. I was like, no, you're made to go, to travel, to explore. And there's nothing wrong with staying here, but I really felt my heart being called right
That's
there.
great. It sounds like you have good instincts and that you're not afraid to follow them. I think it's very important to forge your own path, which it sounds like what you're doing. I also grew up in a small town. We had zero traffic lights, and I have moved to another country. So, certainly a big move, but yeah, I don't think you'll regret it. And also, Ottawa is just a really lovely city. I love visiting there.
It is so beautiful, and it's the beautiful capital of our beautiful country. So I
Indeed.
really can't wait to be there.
Yeah. What do you think are the essential qualities that a Miss Teen Canada should have?
I think that the Miss Teen Canada needs to be close to her people. She will be a people person. She will meet people. She will inspire people. She will talk to people. I think that she needs to be easy to approach and very relatable. That's when people will really connect with her. And I do think that a Miss Canada should be able to connect with her people. And I do think that they're kind of Canada's sweetheart in some ways. So they need to be kind, sweethearted, of course, and be informed and be a role model, basically.
Yeah, that's great. Other than taking home the crown, what are you hoping to achieve by competing?
I do think that I will learn a lot in at Miss Canada, and I do think that knowledge is power. So learning new things will fuel me for sure. Meeting new girls with the same passion that I do have, and it's so crazy how I will get to meet girls from
Mm.
all over the country, girls that I would have probably never met if it wasn't for this. So
Yeah.
I'm really glad for this experience. And I do think that I will gain self confidence. I've never done on stage interviews personally, so that's going to be very new to me. And if one day I want to be a public speaker, this is my way to go.
I think that you'll find that the interviewing skills come in handy for a lot more than public speaking as well. Whenever you're going for a job, you're going to have to interview, and having practiced that in a pageant format will be very handy, I think you'll find.
It's really good having interview practice because, like you said, you use interviews everywhere. It's such a way to get yourself known and make a good impression.
Yeah, lovely. For those that are watching and maybe are inspired by what you're doing and are thinking, maybe I want to try a pageant for myself, what would you say to them?
Call me. I'll be your pageant mentor. I promise.
I love that.
I I would love to push other people to be in pageants. I come from a town which, like I said, pageants are not really big, and I think that pageants scare people away. And I'm like, no, but pageants are for everyone, everyone, everyone. And I think it's such a good practice to practice confidence, interviews, connecting with other people. I think it's an amazing practice for everyday skills, basically. And if you're like me and you love putting on dresses and getting yourself all glammed up, it is also a beautiful opportunity for that.
Yeah,
And
certainly.
yes, and I think it's also a good opportunity to get to know yourself because you will see that in pageants they really ask a lot of questions about yourself, and you need to dig very deep into you, who you are, and your morals. and you get to know yourself in that way. So if you're thinking about doing a pageant, I say go for it. There's nothing wrong that can happen. I swear, you don't lose in pageants. You only learn.
Yeah, yeah, that's wonderful. I'm very excited to see how you do at the pageant. I have a feeling that you will do very well.
Thank
It has
you.
been so lovely having you here today. I was really happy I had the opportunity to have a chat with you.
Thank you so much.